with its super bright blue flashes, a Motorola logo, and one of the most satisfying material choices that I've ever encountered on a phone. I mean, Gorilla Glass, aluminum unibody, blah, 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 blah. The Droid Turbo's ballistic nylon doesn't do as much as I expected to improve grippiness, but it's something different. It looks and feels amazing in the hand, and I was even able to clean the pasta sauce that my 2-year-old spilled on it without too much effort. Seriously, I could have killed him though. Anyway, on the left we got nothing, on the bottom micro USB, and on the right the well-positioned but slightly mushy lock button and volume rocker that doubles as a nano SIM tray. And then finally on the top a 3.5mm jack. I actually prefer this position. Makes it a little easier to sort of pull the phone out of your pocket and look at something without getting it caught on stuff. Which leads us around to the front. The mono speaker does face forward and it's loud enough, but sound quality is very unexceptional. Fortunately, the screen is a different story. Now, I criticized LG's choice of a Quad HD display in the G3 because I don't think the minuscule improvement in display sharpness was worth the lackluster contrast in that case. And I still don't think a 2560 by 1440 display is necessary on a smartphone. But the AMOLED display that Motorola opted for enables that cool notification system where only the necessary pixels are illuminated for previews and gives the Droid Turbo's display rockin' contrast that makes it look great, even outside. It's not perfect. I wish that minimum brightness was actually lower for nighttime viewing. There's more motion blur than I'd like when scrolling, and there's a noticeably cool color shift when you look at it off axis, but after the first couple of days I pretty much stopped noticing most of those things. Something I didn't stop noticing was the fact that this is the first Android phone that I've used in over a year with dedicated capacitive buttons. I don't generally have a preference either way, but I did find that with this phone, holding it in landscape mode was a little tricky without mashing those buttons, so just watch out for that if you're picking one up. So let's get into actually using it. First, the big question. Isn't it heavy, Linus, with that massive battery in it? And the answer is no. The curvature of the back feels very natural in my hand, and the weight gives it a satisfying premium feel without making it feel brick-like. Okay then, Linus, second question. Do you actually get 48 hours out of it like Motorola claims? Because that'd be sick, dog! And the answer here is also no, and I'll throw in a don't be ridiculous for good measure. I usually ended up with 35 to 40% left at the end of the day, and power users will still be able to drain their battery in a single day by doing things like playing games or navigating with GPS. I'm even sitting here writing this at the end of a workday, albeit a fairly long workday, with a mere 25% left, which is obviously not enough to make it through another day tomorrow. But while 2-day battery was a silly claim for Motorola to make, the extra capacity of the Droid Turbo has changed the way that I use my phone for a single day, and switching back to something with a more normal battery size would be extremely difficult. I did alter the default 2-minute backlight time up to 1 minute, which is showing off. But I was able to keep all my features on, crank that brightness, browse whenever I was bored, and I didn't even bother carrying a battery bank while I was using it. Between the Qi wireless dock in my car and Motorola's included 12-volt fast charger that can restore this much battery in this much time, here's a graph, I didn't add it to my script in a pinch, even though I'm still plugging into a 1-amp charger every night to preserve the lifetime of my battery, I felt liberated somehow because I'm not thinking about my battery all the time. On to software, there's not much to say. It's Motorola's skin, so you get pretty much bone stock Android. Apparently there's a Lollipop upgrade coming very soon, which is good because art runtime is bugged on KitKat on this phone. And then it's got a couple of Moto tweaks, including your wave to preview your notifications, there's slide to unlock, there's somewhat useless voice control that I found route the voice commands through Google Now more often than not, which is fine, I guess. And there you go, it's Moto Speed. One thing I noticed, although it's not directly related to software, is that whichever keyboard I was using, stock Android or Swift key, I am pretty accurate on the Droid Turbo. The bottom is a little pointy, resting on my pinkies, but the chin bar size is pretty much perfect to me. I can fly on this thing. Which leads us to the most negative part of this review. The camera is wicked fast to open with one of the most reliable gesture launch mechanisms I have ever seen, and it takes fantastic 20+ megapixel stills like this one of my cat Rumble with gorgeous shallow depth of field. But the problem is in the word stills. moving subjects, whether you're trying to capture a photo with the extremely slow shutter lag or a video with the non-optical stabilized jittery feeling motion that doesn't seem to be avoidable, just don't work that well for this phone. I tried a couple alternate camera apps and neither of them helped, so all I can do at this point is hope that Motorola fixes this with the Lollipop update or shortly thereafter, because otherwise it's going to be a serious mark against this phone for a lot of people. Which leads us to the conclusion for this video. It amazes me that I even have to applaud the technological innovation of put a bigger freaking battery in it, but that's what I'm going to do. I don't want a lighter phone. Fingers aren't made of, limp spaghetti. I want one that works better and for longer, and that's what the Droid Turbo does, and is why, in spite of its camera, it's earned its place as my new daily driver until further notice. This is a great phone, and my only other big complaint is availability. It's Verizon exclusive in the US right now, and while the Verizon apps and occasional, hey, your SIM isn't Verizon message are easy to ignore, you just plain can't buy one in the US without a Verizon contract right now, which is going to hurt third-party modder support if you're into rooting your phones and installing custom ROMs and whatnot. Although this may be less of an issue outside of the US where there's a max
You're close to Ratu Gandhi. That's Yuma's fortress.
May be possible
Attacking it while she's still in power would be a bad idea.
So I think that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. Like this video if you liked it. Dislike it if you disliked it. Leave a comment if your feelings are more complicated than this. And as always, check out the Support Us link if you like our videos. You can give us a monthly contribution, buy a cool t-shirt like this one, or change your Amazon bookmark to one with our affiliate code so that whenever you buy phone stands or whatever, it's the only thing left on this table, so I'm holding it up. Whoops, it fell. Whenever you buy phone stands, we get a small kickback. That kind of thing helps us out a lot. Thanks again for watching, and as always, don't forget to subscribe.
Watch yourself, Ajay. My spotters say that you're near Yuma's fortress. Its defenses will withstand almost any attack as long as Yuma is still around.
We are inbound.
Help is on the way.